All right, guys, this will be part 8, I believe. My goal for this episode I just want to try to get. Yeah, I want to sell these tickets, so I just gave it to Ash. When we get Moose, then we'll give the tickets. Then I'll have him room with me. Then I'll give the tickets. Speaking of Moose, that's gonna be our goal for this episode. I want to try to get him. All right, we can't feed anyone. Let me close my door. All right. We'll do the goal snurp. I'm expecting it to do more. But then again, we're still really early in the princess job. But yep, that's my goal for this episode, is to get Moose. Hopefully it shouldn't take too long. We gotta get Quiz Bitch out of our way. No, fuck you. But yeah, it's almost Thanksgiving. Like I said, I'm a bit apprehensive about Thanksgiving, but at the same time, I am looking forward to it. All the same. Another reason, this doesn't involve Thanksgiving exclusively, it involves, like, family reunions with my grandmother in general, but another reason why I'm a bit nervous is, or not nervous, but, like, just a little apprehensive, I guess you could say, about Thanksgiving is, my grandma can be really uptight. Again, this goes for in general when she visits us or we visit her. That's more of a general thing. But I'm gonna be honest, for some reason I don't get as pissed off and stressed out. Like if it's like if it's like an occasion. If it's like an occasion like Christmas, Thanksgiving, somebody's birthday, then that's fine. Then I don't get as pissed off and stressed out. But like when they just come over for no reason, I don't know, guys. It just drives me insane. One of the reasons is being forced to pray, which that's mostly a Thanksgiving thing, but it can happen anytime. But I'm honestly not trying to worry about that, because, hey, it will give me good fuel to start my religion-related book. As Cruz Ramirez says, you can use anything negative as fuel to push through to the positive. That's what Cruz Ramirez from Cars 3 says, and I like to live by that quote. Oh my god. Thank you for not messing up. Yes! Alright, I'm gonna give me extra EXP. But yeah, sorry I'm not really talking right now. I do want to talk to you guys about some stuff, but like I said, like I've been over before, I like to wait a little bit. Yep, we're gonna be fighting Tula very well. Not, you know what I mean. We're gonna be rescuing her face pretty soon. Yep, that's how late the third Realm of the Fae teammate comes. They don't even come until after Tula is rescued. Well, her face. But yeah. So far this week has been pretty fun. Like I said, yesterday was a pretty fun day. I was still feeling stressed out about my mom, but it was like the last day where it was really bad. But the good things about yesterday is, you know, I went, okay, hold on. Okay, good, thank you. Thank you for buying the right thing. Orkia made me lose brain cells a little while ago, so she needs to make it up to me. Okay, thank you. Yeah, she made me lose brain cells because I was doing a test run on the Tower of Despair, and she caused us to cheat, if you know what I mean. So, yeah, I'm a bit pissed off at her right now. That might have not been on this file, but still. Ooh, alright, Ash, copper shell. But yep, we went to the store with, I went to the store with my dad. My brother stayed behind. He ended up not having to go to college as early because his first class was optional, but he stayed behind and I think he studied. And then me and my dad went to the store to get some stuff for Thanksgiving and just snacks to have in general. I tried these new well, I don't know if they're new, but like I tried these kettle cooked talkie chips. Yeah, my dad bought a few bags of those, and I tried them, and they were pretty good. So, yay! I like a new type of chip. I'm trying to remember what all we got. We got some muffin tins for rolls and for cornbread muffins and for cupcakes, but we had to go to another store for that because they didn't have any at Walmart. Probably because a lot of people were buying them all up. It's almost Thanksgiving after all. Ooh, alright, she actually likes that. But yep, I can't remember if my dad also got a turkey or not. I know he got one because he has it in one of our garage refrigerators, but can't remember if that was yesterday or another time. Oh yeah, he got bleach and yeah. I'm forgetting a lot of stuff. I think he got Cool Whip for like the pie. So yeah, that was pretty good. And then I tried the Talkie kettle cooked chips later that night, and like I said, they were pretty good. Oh, that's right. And I forgot to mention this. We also had Five Guys for lunch yesterday, which is one of my favorite restaurants ever. I love Five Guys. They have really good burgers and they have pretty good fries, and they give you like a lot of fries. And their burgers are like doubles as well. So you get a lot. The only disadvantage people have is it's a bit expensive. It's a bit expensive compared to other restaurants, but at the same time, it makes sense because you get more you get more out of it than compared to most restaurants. Like you get double patty burgers, that's the default. And then you have those like cups of fries. So it does make sense. And I'm glad we had Five Guys because it's one of my favorite restaurants, and it's not fast food. It's actually a real restaurant, so they have less of a chance to fuck up your order. Hell, I actually got Five Guys for my birthday. Besides yesterday, the last time we had Five Guys was for my birthday. Then we had it again yesterday. So that's pretty cool. My dad actually got 2 burgers for me and my brother. But I only ate one of them because after burger... Okay, it might just be me, I don't know, but... Oh my god. I fucking hate that event. I hate how Nintendo forces you to do it, too. But anyway, yeah, I don't know if it's just me or if any of you guys ever feel like this, but I do not like leftover burgers. After a couple hours, they get hard, and then like you... Ooh, escort, alright. They get all hard, and then like you can put them in the microwave, but it just makes them taste gross. Like I've tried to tell even when like my mom lived with us, I would try time and time again to tell my parents to not to put my burgers in the microwave, and they still do it. In fact, the last time was like April 2021. Like, I even tried telling my dad, no thank you, but I do not want a leftover burger, and then he made it for me anyway. Then he gets mad when I throw it away. Then he changes the subject and then starts griping to me about my teeth. It's like, what the frick? But, like, I don't mother frickin' get it. Why would you make something for someone even after they were like, no thanks, and then get mad if they didn't want it? Like, that makes absolutely no sense. Let me try to, I'm trying. You know what? I'll just give them to me for now. I don't want to take a chance on Orkia. She may absolutely despise them. But yeah, that's like, I don't know. I'm trying to find a good comparison. That's like forcing your child to eat a certain food and then getting mad at them for not wanting to eat it. I know like that's basically the same thing. I was trying to find a different comparison, but like the same idea, but you know what I mean. Now, if I like, I mean, this wouldn't happen, and I'm still sensitive to people getting mad at me either way, but I'm just saying, like, let's say, like, I wanted something, like, let's say I wanted my dad to cook the burger, whether it was because I asked him to, or if he asked me and I said, sure, and then I didn't eat it, you know. Anyway, and that would have been a different story. You know, that would have been a different story if I said I wanted something, but I didn't eat it. That's a different story. I mean, I wouldn't let that happen because I would actually eat it, but I'm just saying, then it would make more sense to get mad at me. I mean, the teeth thing wouldn't make sense, but getting mad at somebody for not eating something would at least make sense. And I also remember him giving the excuse, "Ooh, yes, a new gown." I also remember him giving the excuse, "There are people that are starving." Don't you hate when people give that excuse, guys? It's literally a guilt trip. Like, you're basically guilt tripping somebody just because they didn't want to eat something. Just because there are people that are starving, that doesn't mean they should, like, they're gonna be hungry or that they should be forced to eat something. I hate, like, I don't understand that argument. I know the Weed is Heat 96 talked about that in his Things I Hate Part 2 video. That was a while back, but you get the idea. But yeah, I apologize for going off on a tangent there, but yeah. I do not like burgers that have sit out for some time and they taste weird when you throw them in the microwave. Again, I don't know if that's just me or if any of you guys feel that way. Look, guys, I'm a picky eater, alright? I'm a picky eater. In fact, I plan to do a video about that pretty soon. Talking about being a picky eater and, like, ranting about those excuses people give. I'll just talk about stuff like that in general. So yeah, I only ate one of the burgers. For lunch. Then later that night, I had those Talkie chips that were pretty good. And I also found out that somebody pinned my comment. I commented on something and the original poster pinned my comment. Not that it matters, but this was not a YouTube video, it was a community post. So that made me feel pretty good. They hearted it too, but what's more of an honor is that they pinned it, because anyone can have their comment hearted, but having your comment pinned, that's even more of an honor because, number one, it's more rare for that to happen. And number two, you can only have one comment pinned at a time. Like, you can have, like, as many hearted comments at a time, but pinned comments, you can only have one. And oh my god, seriously, Orkia? Oh my god, I'm trying to get EXP here. Fuck you. You did this shit at the Tower of Despair just now. It's like, stop it. I know the Red Fiend or any of the Tower of Despair enemies give you EXP, but still, sometimes you just want to do things normally. And when it's not, and when it's an enemy that gives EXP, you'd want that EXP. So I about had it. Why can't the freaking spare pork still give you the EXP and the grub and the money? It's literally not fair. Especially with AI, because they're a lot less controllable than even the main characters don't have 100% control. But either way, we need to have the freaking grub anyway. And money and EXP. Even with main characters sparing enemies, I mean, obviously, Orkia is an AI in this game, but you can't always control the main of me either, because it's random. It's not like you can choose when it activates. And sometimes you have a magic-based job and you're defeating a fiend and they're immune to magic, so you have no choice but to take chances with the basic attacks. It's only kind to me's, but still. But yep, back to what I was discussing before I was so rudely interrupted. I also got my comment pinned earlier this year. That was another time I got my comment pinned. And it always feels very good. I appreciate hearts too, like, especially if it's like a bigger YouTuber, which that has happened to me before as well. But having your comment pinned is even more exciting. So that was pretty good. Today was pretty uneventful, but one thing I did achieve today is, now I'm still gonna mostly focus on my attraction towards fictional characters book for now, but I kind of started on the autism book because it's just something that I've been thinking about a lot, especially this. It kind of connects with the situation with my mom. She doesn't understand that I have sensory issues, and she doesn't understand that I have social impairment issues. And that's basically, and her being ignorant, I guess you could say, to that. That's what's been on my mind for the past 5 days now, I think, or nope, almost 6 days actually. Like, I'll just say week for now. I'll just say week because it's been about that long. So that was one of the reasons I started on that autism, like, why I went ahead and started on that book, because when I have something on my mind, it feels good to write about it, especially if it's something you're intended to publish, because it could raise awareness on the issue. So thanks to that, it actually helped me to feel a lot better, and today was the first day I wasn't as stressed out about my mom. Plus, there's like other situations too, like the Chris situation. I've also been a little worried about that, but mostly about other things things my mom did, and mostly her being inconsiderate. Like I said, I don't know if I want to be specific, but they involve her being very inconsiderate about my sensory issues and social issues. And I'm gonna be talking about that in my book. I'm gonna be talking about how, because I wanted to make it as in-depth as possible, and hopefully give people information and ideas that haven't been in books yet. You know, I'll talk about a lot of the stuff autistic people have to deal with, and I also have a section where people, you know, like how to support someone on the spectrum. That'll be a very important section, so people will know how to treat us and all that good stuff. I'm also gonna have like a section kind of opposite to the support section, and it's gonna be called What Not to Do. Like what not to say or do to people on the spectrum. It's gonna talk about what you should do for one section, and then for another section what you shouldn't do. And even if I just barely started on it, it honestly helped a whole hell lot. Oh, alright. Well, Orchia is actually canonically a florist, so I guess this makes sense. But yep, Orchia's a flower fairy, and she's a florist, canonically, so the gift makes sense. Oh, thank you. This is the first fan you've bought, besides your default. But I'm gonna keep the default because it's pink. My favorite is still the fancy fan, but I'll keep the default for now. Just not the stats, of course. But yep, that book has helped a whole hell lot. I'm still worried about... I'm still mainly worried about... you know, her getting the wrong idea of me having her blocked. I'm still a little bit worried about that, but not as bad. I guess I'll do this one. If anything else, I'll probably just tell my dad to wish her Happy Thanksgiving. If he tells me to unblock her, I guess I will, because at least I can trust him. Like, I can trust my dad more than I can trust my brother and my mom when it comes to that. So, yeah. But if anything, I'll just... like, I'll tell my dad to... and I'll say something like, hey, tell my mom Happy Thanksgiving for me when you talk to her. You know, worst comes to worst, my dad will just tell me to unblock her. If he's like, you know, he's a very cautious person. So if my dad tells me to unblock her, then that should mean that things are pretty safe right now. So I'll just do it. Then I'll tell my mom. Then I'll explain the situation to my mom. But if my dad just says, all right, I will, then I'm not going to do anything. But if he does tell me to unblock her, then I'll explain the situation to my mom. Like, hey, I was just looking out for my safety. I don't want to deal with Chris getting a hold of me, yada, 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 yada. So, yeah. But like I said, my dad's a very cautious person, so if he tells me to unblock her, that should mean that it shouldn't, that you, I can't, I'm trying to get the words out, get the proper wording out, but yeah, that should mean that it's safe to unblock her, not having to worry about Chris. My brother, I'd say he's pretty smart and sensible as well, but yeah, I'd say it was pretty great. Yeah, like I said, sorry, I keep getting distracted, but yeah. My brother can be pretty smart too, but I don't know how to say this without sounding rude, but I'll say it this way. I feel bad talking about my brother in this way, but my mom is really good at getting my brother to do what she wants to do. Even my dad said that my mom listens to my brother the most. So yeah, I'll just do that. I'll talk to my dad about it when come Thursday and see what he says. Man, this would be the perfect opportunity for her to be in Houston. That way I can unblock her without having to worry. She doesn't have to spend Thanksgiving alone. She can help my parents. Or my parents, my grandparents, her parents. Yeah, she can help my grandparents with Thanksgiving feast. It would have been so advantageous for her to be in Houston for everyone. For her, so she doesn't have to be alone. For my grandparents, so they can have their stepdaughter in, so she could help them. For me, my dad, and my brothers, so we could have her unblocked without having to worry about Chris. It would have been perfect. I guess I'll give it to you since you have a little bit less than Orkia. But yeah. I really hope my mom realizes her mistake one day of moving back. Not here, but in like our old town. Because believe me, guys, we have a lot of crazy people in our old town that my mom associated with. Hell, I don't know if any of you remember, if any of you have been with me since November 2019 or before, I made a video. I'm not 100% sure what video it was. I think it was the I hate when people piss me off on purpose video. It was an off topic. It was off topic, but I kind of talked about how we would probably have to go back because, well, I'd consider it semi off topic because it did involve because I mentioned that because of my mom like being one of the people to piss me off on purpose. So I talked about how we would probably visit her again. We ended up not doing it. I forgot what happened, but we ended up not having to go back. But yep, a lot of the people in our hometown Chris could have been one of them. Who knows? But they like took the stove out of our house. Like, I am not shitting you. Like from what I remember, like the freaking stove was missing. Yeah. So yeah, the point is, we have a, like, my mom is associated with all these crazy people, especially Chris. Like, I'm not there, so I don't understand the situation. Like, I have no idea. Like, it feels like my mom is like freaking dating him and he's like a possessive boyfriend. I'm not saying that is the case. I'm just saying that's what it feels like. Chris is that possessive boyfriend type who keeps away his girlfriend's phone. I'm not saying it can be the other way around, you know, possessive girl keeping their boyfriend's phone away. But I'm just saying, like, in this specific case, he's like a possessive partner that keeps their partner's phone away. I'll just say it that way. I don't want to sound sexist. Or stereotypical, that's a better word for it, because it can be either way. Men can be possessive over women. Women can be possessive over men. Men can be possessive over men. Women can be possessive over women. It goes all ways. I'm just giving an example of what it's usually like. But yep, Chris gives those vibes. If only my mom would just get away from him. You know? I know my mom wants to talk to me and all that, but at the same time, she should care about my safety. Not only that, this isn't a reason to block her, but it does kind of stress me out a bit. But my mom would be extremely high maintenance. And even when I did text, like, answer her every call, well, not literally, because I don't actually talk on the phone, but you know what I mean. I meant that metaphorically, but even though I answer her like texts and whatnot, she would still complain to my dad about me not talking to her very much. Look, I've talked about this with you in previous videos, but I'm a very antisocial person. I don't even start conversations. One of the reasons is because I don't always know how to start conversations. So it's always my mom texting me. And I'm only the one to text her if it's like a certain occasion. Like her birthday, Christmas, Thanksgiving. You know, the only time I'll text her first if it's a Thanksgiving. Because otherwise, number one, I don't know how to start a conversation. I don't always know what to say to her otherwise. And number two, this doesn't just go for my mom, this goes for anyone in general, but you never know. They could be busy, they could be asleep, they could be at work. I have a fear of like texting someone at the wrong time, so that's another reason why I prefer people to like text me first. And then like maintaining conversations with her, ugh. I don't know how to, so that's why I hardly do. Unless, like I said, I have something to talk to her about, or she has something to talk to me about. But that's kind of what I mean is her being insensitive to my social issues, because she doesn't understand that. While this book is going to be for people in general, I feel like a lot of the book is inspired by a lot of the struggles I have. Like I said, my mom forcing me to wear things that are uncomfortable. And then her, being insensitive to my social issues. It's going to talk about that. And like I said, other people deal with these issues too, but I'm just saying, it makes me want to write about them even more. That way people, especially my mom, can understand. But yeah. Because I just did the same thing for Veterans Day. I told my dad that to just wish my mom a happy Veterans Day for me. And that the reason I have her blocked is because I don't want Chris getting a hold of me. And he was understanding. In fact, I think he told me that he also had my mom blocked at the time. I have a feeling that my mom's gonna cry about me not talking to her. I have a feeling I have a fucking feeling that's gonna happen. Because my dad said that my mom cries to him all the time. I'm not saying it's always about me, but I'm just saying in general. Yeah, it's a bit messy, guys. That will probably just give my dad to say, screw it, Shauna. Just unblock your mom for now, so yada 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 yada. I was hoping this would encourage her to move to Houston, but no. I get that it can be hard, especially because Houston's kind of a long way from Orange Grove. Well, actually, no. It's only the freaking what? A couple hours. It's a long way from here. From where I live now, it's like 8 to 10 hours, depending on stops and traffic and all that. But where my mom lives, it's only about half as long, or even less than half as well. Well, the length of the trip is less. But yeah, less than half, as in like more than 50+% shorter. Sorry, I can't really explain, but you know what I mean. It's about 8 hours from where I live and 3 hours where she lives. I mean, yeah, that's still kind of a wow, 3 hours, but she shouldn't have come back in the first place. She should have just sucked it up and stayed in Houston. We wouldn't be in this situation right now. Have you no mercy? Wow. Alright, we're at 53. We should get Moose pretty soon. Then I may do a couple more battles with him. Then I'll end it off. But yeah. Tomorrow should be pretty uneventful. Nothing much going on. My brother or my dad's told my brother to order DoorDash if he wants. So hopefully he does that. Because it's honestly helpful. It'll be helpful for my dad to be, number one, he doesn't have to cook, and number two, we don't have to like mess around in the kitchen, so it can be kept clean. So hopefully my brother does do that. Plus, I won't have to figure out something to eat, and I can have yummy fast food. So yeah, hopefully he does that. I want McDonald's again, but because I don't blame Dale. That's one of the freaking best fast food restaurants to ever exist. Ooh, yes, Moose. I even like it better than Wendy's right now. So that would be pretty awesome. But I'm fine with anything that has food that I like. Moose, you're gonna be a cool warrior. How does that sound? But yep. I don't blame Dale. McDonald's is one of the best fast food restaurants to ever exist. Dale Soucier the man. Dale Soucier, the man of culture. He's a man of culture for loving McDonald's. But yep, hopefully that happens. Other than that, it should be pretty uneventful, but my dad is gonna clean the house a little bit more because he did the main parts, the kitchen, the living room. He did those earlier today, but he'll do the bathroom and my bedroom and my brother's bedroom tomorrow. Honestly, I think my dad should wait to do the bathroom. Because it could get a little more messed. It could get, because bathrooms, it's a bathroom. Bathrooms kind of get messed up very easily. So my dad honestly should wait until like Thursday to do it. I know he's gonna be busy cooking, but I'm sure he can let the food simmer for a little bit while he does it. But yeah, I think that will be better, a better bet than doing it tomorrow, because it could get messed up again over the day. But I'll let my dad decide. Who knows? He could do like deep cleaning like tomorrow, but he could kind of clean it again, but like more minorly on Thursday. That could also happen. We'll see. Ooh, yes, all right. No. Honestly, one thing I would love, the only addition I would make to this house, like, is having a bathroom in my room. I would love to have a bathroom in my room because, number one, there's nothing worse than having to go to the bathroom, but someone else is in there. Like, that's not good. Sometimes me and my brother have to deal with that from each other. And number two, I wouldn't even need to use the main bathroom, so I wouldn't have to worry about it getting dirty or like unorganized or whatnot. Because I have a hard time with tidiness, guys. And I hate I hate it when I'm like responsible for someone else's stress and whatnot. It always stresses me out when my dad cleans the bathroom because I'm worried he'll get frustrated at me. So that's another reason why I would rather have my own bathroom and then my brother just use the main one. Or even better, both of us having our own bathrooms. Like all three of us having our own bathrooms and there being a main one, like for guests and whatnot. That would be the best solution. That way, no one would ever have to go into the guest bathroom. Only guests. That would be awesome. But yeah, guys, don't be surprised. Like I said, we usually do our Thanksgiving feast like around lunchtime rather than dinner time. So please don't be surprised if I do end up releasing an episode. Release the next episode on Thursday. Because I like to record at night and we have Thanksgiving like at around lunchtime. So it works perfectly. Now, Christmas Eve, on the other hand, before we moved to Orange Grove and after we moved to Orange Grove, we would spend Christmas Eve at Nana's, my grandma's. But that would be at nighttime. So Christmas Eve and Thanksgiving are very different. We may have some of the same foods, but they're very different because Thanksgiving is like around lunchtime and we spend it here. Christmas Eve is like evening/night and we spend it at grandma's. I'm looking forward to that because it may not seem like a big deal, but I love driving at night. Well, not driving. I don't drive, but cruising at night. That's what I'm gonna say. Like, guys, hell, this might be a freaking another video discussion. Not a rant, but just a positive video, if anything, but I'm probably gonna do a video talking about why I prefer nighttime over daytime. Because I swear, I feel like I'm built to be a night owl sometimes. So that will probably be a video that I plan to do sometime. But yep, I just love going there and coming back at nighttime. It just feels good. I hardly get to cruise around at night anymore. Like, seriously. I wish humans were nocturnal because it would make life easier. It honestly would. Screw the sun. I want stars, the moon, and planets. Well, the planets are always out. So is So is the moon and stars, but you know what I mean. You can actually see them at night. You can see the moon in the daytime, but it kind of depends on the moon, the phase, and when it's out. Because the moon has a different moonrise and moonset schedule depending on the phase. If it's like a new moon, for example, then it's about the same as the sun. If it's a full moon, it's like the opposite as the sun. If it's a waning crescent, it rises before sunrise and before sunset. If it's a waxing crescent, it rises after sunrise and after sunset. So, yeah, it changes depending on the phase. First quarters rise at noon and set at midnight. Last quarters rise at midnight and set at noon. So it just depends on the phase, because that's like how not only like the amount of moon that is illuminated by the sun, but also because it also the moonrise / moonset schedule depends on what phase we are in. But yeah, the planets look like stars actually. Like Venus and Jupiter, they look like really bright stars. And then Mars looks like not as bright as Venus, but it looks like a pretty bright, or Jupiter, but it looks like a pretty bright star too, with like an orangish color. So that's the interesting thing about planets. You can see them from afar and they'll look like stars. Venus is hard to catch because since it's so close to the sun, it can only be spotted before sunrise and after sunset, depending on the schedule of when they rise and set, because that's something else that changes. Planets rise and set at different times. I think it depends on the time of year. It also depends on where they are in the orbit. Yeah, astronomy is pretty interesting stuff. Pretty interesting stuff. That's one of the reasons why I prefer nighttime over daytime, is because you can gaze at the sky. You can gaze at the stars, moon, and planets. You can't do that during the day. The sun blocks out everything. Orkia, you are really getting on my nerves today. Wow. But yep. I kind of went off on a tangent again because that's what I do. But hey, it keeps me, it gives me more stuff to talk about. But yeah, I'll talk more about it when I make that nighttime over daytime video. I'll keep it going for a little bit longer. So yeah, Wednesday will hopefully be DoorDash. And then of course Thursday is Thanksgiving dinner. Well, not necessarily dinner, more like lunch, but people call it Thanksgiving dinner even if it's at like midday. Even if it's midday. Ah, here we go. I think this is the place I wanted to get to. This was another goal for this episode. I wanted it to get to the treasure chest, and I think it has like a trapture chest, as I like to call them, on the way. You will either get a fiend or a banshee. But yeah, there was even a Family Guy even mentioned it. There was like a Thanksgiving episode, and Lois said, because on Thanksgiving dinner is at 2 o'clock for some reason. She said something like that, but I forgot how it was worded exactly. And and she basically had a point, because we still call it Thanksgiving dinner, despite it being like more towards lunchtime. Oh, yep, the trapture chest. Yep, a banshee. Yep, I think this is what I was talking about. Alright. And then Saturday will be... I'm looking forward to Saturday as well. It's going to be a bittersweet day. Friday, nothing much. Friday is probably gonna be kind of boring. But Saturday, I'm looking forward to. It's gonna be a bittersweet day for me and my SpongeBob fan friends. And then we'll get a new Solar Balls episode, because we get them every Saturday. Sometimes we'll get extra ones between Saturdays, but Saturday is their usual day of uploading. So I'm looking forward to that, because that's a channel I got into earlier this year. Like, I think I first discovered it in late June. So not too long after they uploaded the first video. Because they uploaded their first video, I forgot, but I think it was at the beginning of June. Yeah, it's one of my favorite freaking channels, because it's so good, and like I've mentioned, I am a space fanatic. So yeah, I'm looking forward to Saturday. Tomorrow, nothing is going on, but I am looking forward to probably getting DoorDash. But Friday and Sunday are most likely going to be boring, so I'm mostly looking forward to Thursday and Saturday, because those will actually be pretty eventful for me. Wow, you actually like it, all right. Grr, 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 grr. Let me... Ooh, all right. Good, good, good. Awesome, awesome. And I'll keep this one for now. It goes with her. flower as the outfits for the job are called. The outfit for the flower job is called a flower. It's like calling the gowns princesses. Anyway, I think I'm gonna end off right here because I don't want this to take too long to upload. Plus, we got a good ending point with Orchia getting a new leaf. So, yeah. I'll see you guys probably on Thursday. I'll tell you guys about Thanksgiving and about how my about how my Wednesday and Thursday were. Bye!